The Valdraxian armada descended upon Earth like a meteor shower of death. Commander Resnick stood on the bridge of the flagship Merciless Dawn, watching blue oceans and green continents grow larger on the view screen. His exoskeleton clicked in anticipation. "Primitive defense systems detected," reported Lieutenant Vix. "Nuclear weapons, conventional missiles, nothing our shields can't handle." Resnick's mandibles twitched with amusement. "Pathetic. Begin the invasion sequence." Earth's militaries fell within hours. The Valdraxians' quantum wave technology disrupted electrical systems worldwide, rendering most weapons useless. Their bio-enhanced troops, 8 feet tall with reinforced carapaces, made short work of human resistance. Cities burned as ships hovered above, deploying ground forces with surgical precision. In the Pentagon's ruins, Major Alara Knox coughed, blood as she crawled through debris. Communications were down. The world's most powerful military had been reduced to scattered survivors in less than a day. She pulled herself up against a broken wall, watching alien dropships land on the National Mall. "They think they've won," she whispered, pulling a strange device from her pocket, a prototype quantum communicator, one of only 5 on the planet. But they don't understand who they're dealing with. Across the planet, 4 other devices activated simultaneously. In the Siberian wilderness, Commander Nikolai Volkov emerged from an underground bunker. In the Australian outback, Dr. Amara Okafor powered up forgotten technologies. Beneath Rio de Janeiro, Admiral Caio Reyes initiated underwater protocols. And in the Himalayas, General Lakshmi Patel unlocked a mountain fortress, the quantum network, connected, invisible to Valdraxian sensors. "Protocol Lazarus is active," Knox transmitted. "Humanity is not defeated. We are just beginning to fight." On the Merciless Dawn, Resnick received the victory reports with satisfaction. 3 billion humans dead or captured. Major population centers secured. Resource extraction beginning. "Supreme Commander Khazar will be pleased," he chittered. "Earth falls into our collection with barely a struggle." An officer approached with a data tablet. "Sir, we've detected unusual energy readings from 5 locations." "Residual nuclear plants?" asked Resnick dismissively. "No, sir. It's something our systems can't identify." For the first time, Resnick felt an unfamiliar sensation creep along his spine. Doubt. The Valdraxians established processing centers in every captured city. Humans were sorted: laborers, research subjects, food. Commander Resnick supervised operations from New York, now transformed into an alien stronghold. Massive harvesters extracted minerals from the Earth's crust, while factory ships produced more weapons. "Resistance continues in sectors 7, 19, and 43, reported Field Commander Trisk. "These humans are stubborn. They use primitive weapons, yet somehow inflict casualties." "Increase the culling rate," ordered Resnick. "Fear will break them." But 3 weeks into occupation, something changed. The first attack came at midnight in Shanghai. A Valdraxian garrison vanished in a silent flash of blue light. In Moscow, alien dropships dissolved mid-flight, their particles scattered to the winds. Outside Sydney, a processing center imploded, leaving nothing but a perfect crater. Resnick studied footage from destroyed outposts, mandibles clicking nervously. "What weapons are these? Our intelligence indicated humans possessed nothing like this." "We found markings at each site." Trisk showed him images of a simple symbol. A phoenix rising from Earth, deep beneath the Alps. In a facility known only as Sanctuary Omega, Knox and her fellow resistance leaders gathered around a holographic map. Blue dots represented active human resistance cells, red-marked alien strongholds. "Project Phoenix is working," said Volkov, his scarred face illuminated by the hologram. "The weapons Dr. Okafor recovered from Antarctica are functional." Dr. Okafor nodded, dark fingers dancing across controls. "The ancient builders left us gifts. The aliens triggered the vault protocols. When they attacked, just as the builders predicted someone would millennia ago. "How many can we arm?" asked General Patel. "Not enough," Admiral Reyes interjected. "But we don't need to arm everyone. We just need to activate the Nexus." Knox stared at the ceiling, where complex equations covered the stone. The builders weren't aliens. They were us, humans from a civilization that fell 12,000 years ago. They left these weapons as insurance against this exact scenario. "The Valdraxians have ruled their empire for 10,000 years, Volkov said grimly, "but they've never faced humans before." On the merciless dawn, Resnick received disturbing reports. 30 outposts lost, hundreds of troops vanished, and strangest of all, human captives smiling silently in their cells, as if they knew something the Valdraxians didn't. Supreme Commander Khazar's hologram appeared, looming over Resnick. "Explain these failures." "A minor setback, Supreme One. The resistance will be crushed." "See that it is? I arrive in 3 cycles to oversee completion of the harvest." As Khazar's image faded, Resnick felt cold fear in his carapace. Somewhere on this conquered planet, humans were preparing something terrible. The Valdraxian response was brutal. Cities were leveled, millions more perished, yet for every atrocity, Valdraxian installations mysteriously disappeared. Their technology, superior to anything known in the galaxy, proved strangely vulnerable to weapons that shouldn't exist. Commander Resnick paced nervously through his command center beneath Mount Fuji. They had relocated 3 times after targeted strikes. How were the humans finding them? "We've captured one of their weapon bearers," announced Trisk, dragging in a bloodied human male. Resnick approached the prisoner. "You will tell us how you acquired these technologies." The man, Darius Varek, former physics professor, smiled through broken teeth. "We didn't acquire them. We remembered them." "Explain." Resnick slashed Varek's face with a claw. "History isn't linear," Varek gasped. "Humanity rises, falls, rises again. The builders weren't aliens. They were our ancestors." "Impossible. Your species barely mastered basic spaceflight." "This time," Varek whispered, "this iteration of humanity. But we've been here before, built civilizations, reached the stars, fallen. The builders left safeguards knowing we'd need them someday." Resnick executed Varek personally, but the humans' words haunted him. In Sanctuary Omega, Knox and the others prepared the final phase. 20,000 resistance fighters worldwide had been armed with builder technology, quantum disruptors that could unravel Valdraxian matter at the subatomic level. But the real plan was far more ambitious. "The Nexus is at 87% capacity," reported Okafor. "When Supreme Commander Khazar arrives, we'll be ready." "Will it work against their entire fleet?" asked Patel. "The builder records suggest it will affect all Valdraxian technology simultaneously," Reyes explained. "Their ships, weapons, even their enhanced biology, all connected through quantum entanglement." "We'll only get one chance," Knox cautioned. "If the Nexus fails, humanity falls forever." Volkov checked monitors showing resistance cells worldwide. "Our people are in position. We need only delay until Khazar arrives with the remainder of their fleet." The atmosphere burned orange as Supreme Commander Khazar's megaship entered orbit, flanked by hundreds of destroyers. The Valdraxian High Command had arrived to personally oversee Earth's final subjugation. Resnick knelt before Khazar's massive form in the mountain fortress. "Supreme One, welcome to Earth." Khazar's 6 eyes narrowed. "Your reports have been concerning. Show me these human weapons." "We've captured some examples." Resnick led him to a laboratory where scientists examined seized builder devices. "These bear similarities to ancient artifacts found on conquered worlds in the Andromeda sector," observed Khazar. "Troubling. Begin immediate withdrawal of all critical resources." "Withdrawal, Supreme One?" "I sense danger, Commander. We will sterilize this planet from orbit." As they spoke, deep beneath the Antarctic ice, the Nexus reached full power. "Doctor, Okafor sent the signal. Phoenix rises." When the Nexus activated, it wasn't with explosions or violent energy discharges. Instead, across the planet, the air briefly shimmered like heat waves on summer asphalt. For 3 heartbeats, nothing happened. Then Valdraxian technology began to unravel. On the bridge of his megaship, Supreme Commander Khazar watched in horror as his officers disintegrated into component atoms. His own enhanced exoskeleton began, flaking away like ash in wind. The ship's systems flickered and died. Across Earth's skies, Valdraxian vessels drifted powerless or simply dissolved. The Nexus had triggered a quantum cascade failure targeted specifically at Valdraxian technological signatures. Their matter configuration was being systematically rejected by the fabric of space-time itself. Resnick fled the mountain base as it collapsed around him, Valdraxian soldiers dissolving into dust. His own modifications were less extensive then, the high commands granting him precious minutes of life. He hijacked an emergency pod, ironically built with older technology less susceptible to the Nexus, and escaped into the wilderness. 3 days later, Knox led a team through Oregon's forests, tracking the pod's crash site. They found Resnick half dead, his exoskeleton crumbling. "What did you do to us?" the commander wheezed. Knox crouched beside the dying alien. "We didn't create the weapon. We merely activated something left for us, a defense mechanism buried in Earth's crust eons ago." "Impossible. Your species is primitive." "No," Knox corrected. "This iteration of humanity is young. But according to the Builder records, we've risen and fallen at least 7 times on this planet. Advanced civilizations that reached the stars, then collapsed from war or disaster. Each time, they left safeguards for their descendants." Resnick's breathing labored. "The Supreme Commander?" "Gone. Your entire fleet. The Nexus didn't just destroy your ships, it corrupted the quantum signature of all Valdraxian technology. The effect is spreading through your empire as we speak, carried by your own communication network." Horror filled Resnick's alien eyes. "You've doomed trillions!" "No. The effect only targets military and invasion systems. Your civilian infrastructure will survive, but your empire's days of conquest are over." As Resnick's body failed, he asked, "One final question. Why did you spare me?" "To deliver a message," Knox replied. "Earth isn't defenseless. It never was." In the aftermath, humanity began the painful process of rebuilding. The Builder technology, now fully activated, accelerated recovery. Cities rose from ruins with impossible speed. The quantum network that had connected the resistance expanded, creating a global consciousness of shared knowledge. At Sanctuary Omega, the 5 leaders gathered one last time. "The Builder archives are fully decrypted," announced Okafor. "They contain star maps, histories, technologies beyond our understanding." "And warnings," added Reyes grimly. "The Valdraxians weren't the first invaders Earth has faced, nor will they be the last." 5 years after the invasion, Earth had transformed. Cities gleamed with Builder-inspired architecture, structures that seemed to flow rather than stand, materials that responded to thought, energy systems that drew power from dimensions beyond conventional understanding. Viridian spires pierced clouds above New Chicago, while London floated on quantum-locked platforms over the Thames. The population had stabilized at 4 billion, rebuilding with technologies that would have seemed magical a decade earlier. In orbit, Earth's new defense fleet took shape, not copies of Valdraxian warships, but elegant vessels designed from Builder specifications, crewed by humans chosen for both physical aptitude and ethical reasoning. Within this reborn world, Commander Ilara Knox had become director of the Sentinel Initiative, humanity's first line of defense against future threats. From her office in the Singapore Spire, she reviewed holographic reports of unusual activity at the edge of the solar system. "Another probe?" she asked Admiral Reyes, now her second in command. "Third one this month," he confirmed. "Not Valdraxian. Something new." Knox frowned. The Builder archives had warned of multiple spacefaring civilizations. With the Valdraxian Empire crippled, power vacuums would inevitably form. "The Council wants to extend diplomatic overtures," Reyes continued. "Not yet," Knox decided. "Let's see what they do first." Meanwhile, light years away, the remnants of the once mighty Valdraxian Empire struggled with collapse. On their homeworld Valdraxi Prime, former military governors faced rebellion from subject species. The quantum cascade had spread precisely as the Builders had designed, targeting only conquest technologies while leaving civilian infrastructure intact. In a secure bunker beneath the Imperial Palace, Archon Mectrix, the new Valdraxian leader, received a disturbing report. "The humans have deployed interstellar vessels," his intelligence officer reported. 12 ships, capabilities unknown." "Are they coming here?" Mectrix asked, mandibles quivering. "No, Archon. They appear to be establishing a defensive perimeter around their star system," Mectrix chittered thoughtfully. "And the Builder technology? They're using it selectively, carefully, not expanding aggressively. Curious. Perhaps there's hope for coexistence after all." Mectrix had risen to power on a platform of reform, arguing that the Empire's expansionist policies had led to their downfall. Back on Earth, deep beneath the Antarctic ice where the Nexus pulsed with quiet energy, Dr. Okafor made a breakthrough in the Builder archives. "Director Knox!" she called excitedly over the quantum comm. "I found something extraordinary." Knox's hologram appeared instantly. "Go ahead." The Builders weren't just leaving us technology, they were leaving us their legacy. According to these records, they seeded dozens of worlds with human genetic material before their civilization collapsed. "We have cousins among the stars, Ilara." Knox absorbed this revelation silently. Cousins who might have also activated their nexus points when threatened. Precisely. And there's more. Coordinates for Builder outposts throughout the galaxy, places where we might find others like us. For the first time since the invasion, Knox felt something beyond determination. Hope. Humanity wasn't alone. They were part of something larger, a grand design set in motion millennia ago. But that night, as she stood on her balcony watching Earth's new defense platforms testing particle shields against the backdrop of stars, she wondered, would humanity use its reclaimed heritage wisely? Or would they become the next conquerors? The first test would come sooner than expected. The alien diplomatic vessel appeared without warning, materializing within Earth's defense perimeter through some unknown technology that bypassed all early warning systems. Panic rippled through command centers worldwide before the ship broadcast a simple message in perfect English. "We come in peace, cousins. The progenitors sent us." Knox ordered the Singapore Spire locked down as she assembled the Earth Defense Council. The 5 original resistance leaders had become humanity's de facto leadership during Reconstruction. "The translator is working perfectly," noted General Patel. "Too perfectly. And they called us cousins," Volkov added suspiciously, using a term from the Builder archives. The visitor called herself Ambassador Lysithea, representative of the Luminarch Confederation. When she stepped from her ship onto Earth soil, gasps echoed through the diplomatic corps. She was undeniably human, yet clearly evolved differently. Taller, with slightly larger eyes that reflected light like opals, skin with a subtle blue undertone, and movements of uncanny grace. "Your ancestors and mine left this world on generation ships 15,000 years ago," she explained in the council chamber. "We established colonies in the Pleiades. You are the homeworld branch of humanity, the ones who stayed behind." Knox remained cautious. "You know about the Builders, then?" We call them progenitors, but yes. When the Valdraxians attacked our worlds 30 years ago, we activated our own nexus. We've been monitoring your situation since then. Why wait until now to contact us? Demanded Reyes. Lysithea's expression darkened. Because the greatest threat hasn't revealed itself yet. The Valdraxians were merely advance forces for something far worse. She shared intelligence about an entity known as the Void Directive, a vast machine intelligence that had been systematically eliminating advanced organic civilizations at the galaxy's edge. The progenitors foresaw this threat. That's why they scattered humanity among the stars with the means to defend ourselves. They knew only a united multi-branch human resistance could stop the directive. Knox studied the disturbing footage of entire worlds being systematically disassembled by swarms of mechanical entities. How long do we have? Based on their current trajectory, 3 years, perhaps less. In the days that followed, more ships arrived, human variants from 12 different colony worlds, each with their own adaptations and technologies derived from their Builder Nexus sites. Representatives of the star-flung human diaspora, returning home to forge an alliance. Former Commander Resnick, kept alive in a specialized medical facility as part of Earth's amnesty program for cooperative Valdraxians, provided crucial intelligence from his hospital bed. The Void Directive was myth to us, a horror story, he wheezed through failing lungs. But our long-range outposts reported encounters before going silent. That's why Khazar was so desperate to harvest Earth, not just for resources, but for builder technology to fight the coming darkness. Nox found herself in the unexpected position of proposing an alliance with the remaining Valdraxian territories. Former enemies united against extinction. 1 year later, Earth had become the headquarters for the greatest coalition in galactic history. The combined knowledge of 13 human branches plus Valdraxian military experience created defense systems unlike anything seen before. On the night before the first joint fleet departed to establish a defensive line at the Orion Gap, Nox stood again on her balcony, watching ships of diverse design orbit their ancestral homeworld. Was this the Builder's plan all along? Asked Lysithea, joining her. I think so, Nox replied. They knew humanity needed to be scattered to evolve differently, then reunite stronger. They knew we would face extinction-level threats. And they trusted us to remember who we are when the time came. As dawn broke over Earth, thousands of vessels ignited their drives simultaneously, creating a brief second sun in the morning sky. Humanity was no longer merely defending its home. It was taking its place among the stars. The invasion of Earth had been easy. The universe would soon learn that surviving humanity's response was impossible.